Hi everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. So I am filming this on New Year's Eve. I don't have any awesome special plans to go out only because we wanted to spend it together as a family, so I didn't want to get a sitter, blah 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 blah. Anyway, moving forward. This came in the mail today. I'm so excited. I know I should have ordered this the same time that I got my power sheets, but I didn't. So they came today and I wanted to share how I use the stickers. So I want to color code. I'm going to share my goals. So like I said before in a previous video, which I will link for you when I did the flip through of the power sheets, that video I said I did not want to share the prep work because I didn't know how personal it would get, and it got quite personal. So I'm glad that I didn't, broadcast that over the internet, even though there may be other people out there who want to know how they work. If you want to see that in depth, I think that you should check out Cindy's channel. I'm going to link her channel for you so you know who I'm talking about. You can watch the Power Sheets videos. She's got 2 years now, and the way she explains it, for me, it's interesting to see how everybody's in a different place in their lives, and it's kind of cool to see how other people also set up their goals. Let's go to the goals page here. And I did all the prep work in blue ink because I really like ballpoint ink, but then I ended up writing out my goals in black with this is my new favorite right now, my Pentel Energel liquid ink gel pen. I think her name is Rachel Steven. Rachel Steven or Rachel Stevens? I think it's Rachel Steven. I'm going to link her channel too. She uses this pen and I wanted to try it out and I love it. I'm not sure if it has a refill though. I don't think it does. So you just have to buy new ones. Let's talk about my goals here quickly. And at the same time, I'm going to use the sticker book. I'm actually just thinking here. I know that this has some stickers as well, so I could use these, but I have all of these as well, so I'm just going to go ahead. I can actually give you guys a quick flip through if you want here. So these are just like decoration stickers. These are the flags for you to color code your goals, which I will be doing shortly. They give you 2 pages of those. I think they give you 3 pages of these color coding dots to link the monthly, weekly, and daily tasks that you want to link to the goals. They give you the same thing in heart form. So these are for relationship action items or your favorite goal. And then they just give you a whole bunch of cute little flag stickers you can add to the monthly calendar. I was pretty impressed actually for the price. They do give you lots of stickers, but I like it. So they give you some florals in there, icons. Oops. And one are these motivated quotes. So I thought that was kind of neat. Okay, so getting back, I like all the colors except like there's 10 colors and I only have 8 goals. So I think I'm going to leave out the red and the green because it reminds me of Christmas, and like this cover totally reminds me of spring. So we're going to go ahead with all the other colors. As I put them down, we'll talk about everything as we go. Oh, I guess I'm going to start with yellow here. So the first one is improve my mental health by taking care of my needs first. So I was never really, I don't want to say I wasn't big into mental health. I know it was always an issue. I know it exists for a lot of people. And I can't even say that. It exists for everybody. Mental health is something that even if you take it for granted, you feel perfectly fine. There's aspects of your life and circumstances that happen that still affect you in some way, whether you choose to ignore it or you accept it or you deal with it or whatever the case is. In my case, mental health and taking care of me first is that if I'm not okay, and by that I mean if I'm stressed, if I have anxiety, if I feel symptoms of depression, any of those things, that's going to affect my family. And for me right now, it's very important that I take care of myself because I'm having a baby and I don't know what postpartum depression is going to be like for me this time. I don't know if I'll even have it. I've already had lots of, mood swings where I feel like, oh, my whole life is like crazy right now and I don't know how to deal with it. So I've been taking some steps back. And so for me, a biggest one for me is actually journaling, because that helps me, and forms of art and stuff like that. And not just, taking baths or going to get a pedicure. Like all that stuff counts. So I have a couple of ideas going forward in my action items that will also share when I get to my task list that will kind of cover. So I have to remember that mental health is yellow. So the next one I'm going to do, I guess this is peach, is physical health. So I know for me, so before I found out I was pregnant, I've always been trying to lose weight, but it's been very gradual over like a very healthy system. I'm not dedicated by going to a gym. Don't have a dedicated workout schedule, but I chose to eat healthier. So I reduced my sugar intake. I stopped drinking pop. I stopped drinking tons of caffeinated beverages. And I drank a lot of water and a lot of milk. And I lost 30 pounds. So, and that was over the course of a year. And I think that that's your biggest goal or your biggest achievement for the year. You know, you want to have it now. You want to do it right away. But sometimes it's easier just to um, maybe you don't feel like you've reached the goal fast enough if you don't do it faster than that. But for me, that was the healthiest way to do it. And honestly, I didn't even realize I was losing weight until I started tracking it. So in my bullet journal setup, I do have a weight tracker. I have a yearly one, and I also keep a monthly one as well, which you will see in my January bullet journal setup for Plan With Me. And for me, it's mostly just about eating. And they do say diet is 80% and exercise is the other 20. And it really depends. If you use exercise as a way to de-stress as well, so it works on your mental health, it's a good way to cross over those two types of things, like physical and mental health. For me, with all of the things on my plate right now, I don't have the time. Sometimes I go for walks, I get exercise in other ways by cleaning my house, but I don't do the gym. When I say by paying attention to my body, I'm mostly talking about like a sore back now that I'm pregnant. If I'm cleaning too much or if I'm on my feet too much and my body starts to ache, I know to take a break. Or if I feel dehydrated, I know that I need some water. So anything to do with my physical health. Also stuff like that includes my eyesight, taking care of that, taking care of like dental and stuff. So I've got a couple of tasks leading to that, which you'll see. I'm going to use, I guess, this coral colored, and this is strengthened bonds, family bonds between myself, Chad, and Connor. By spending quality time, take more adventures, even if it's like a day trip on a weekend, fun-filled trips. So that could easily be a picnic or going to the Space and Science Center, something fun. And even if it doesn't involve money, so again, going for a walk in the park, just stuff where we can spend time together and also communicate openly. So a lot of times if I get angry about something, I will shut down and I will not talk about it. And I'm really trying to work on that. With Connor, it's spending more time with him. Like he's in kindergarten, so spending more time on like the alphabet and just doing quality things that in the end will reflect on like optimizing his health and his well-being, and just the fact that like, hey, when I was a kid, my mom and dad spent time with me type thing. So I want to just take that time, and it's not that I take our quality time for granted now. I don't. Every minute that I have with my family, I'm always grateful for it, and I always thank goodness I'm with them right now in this moment. And I'm never on my phone or anything when I'm having those moments either, but I really want to focus on it, and I really want to make sure that my family gets the best from me that they possibly can. So the next goal is strengthen relationships between my mom, my sister, and my aunts. So this is a big one for me because I've been talking about this for a long time. It's probably also my most personal goal. I know that between every family that there's always something going on. There's always drama. There's always just stuff. There's a lot of history involved, and there's some things that I need to mend for my own well-being, and that's something that I'm going to work on. And most of it is communication and just putting in effort. So that's very important for me. The next one is prepare for baby's arrival. So again, the due date is April 24th. I need to take baby steps for this because I am having a baby shower, but it won't be until, I guess, February or March. And so I kind of already feel like I'm in that nesting phase, even though I'm only 6 months pregnant. I feel like I need to organize everything and clean everything and buy all the things. And I'm having a baby shower, so I want to wait to see what kinds of things people give me at the shower. And I don't want to rush anything because I've got a lot of things on my plate that I want to kind of tackle first. So there is a baby step for this that I have coming. The next one, this is obviously something that anyone with a YouTube channel would be normally working on. So right now, I appreciate all of you so much for joining me. If you're new here, thank you again for hitting that subscribe button, because every new subscriber, you're supporting me and you're watching my videos, and it makes me feel good to know that you enjoy what I'm making for you or sharing with you, whether it's about my life or about bullet journaling or planning or makeup. I'm just very thankful for everyone that's been here so far, that supported me right from the beginning. And again, any new people, please subscribe because it would help me out so much. So this one here, I'm trying to improve my video quality as I go along, and obviously I haven't hit that 1,000 mark subscriber count yet, so I'm not making money, but that is an eventual goal, and it may not be the biggest goal right now. The biggest goal for me is that the fact that I'm sharing my passions with everybody. I'm enjoying what I do, and I'm also using it as a creative outlet, and that's the most important to me because I feel fulfilled from that. The most important thing for me. But also, if it could make money, that would also be hitting another one of those bullet checklists. Like, that would help. I'm trying to get there slowly but surely, and we'll see how it goes. The next goal, I will color this green. I was not going to use this one. I was going to use the bright green, but this one is better. So organize and clean house regularly. So this is kind of a huge thing, especially with the baby on the way. I have 2 dogs, so my house could probably use a vacuuming every day. Stuff like my vacuum breaking, for instance, kind of sets us back. Tasks that I can break this into are very concrete. So something like strengthen family bonds, maybe not so much. And this one is like, okay, make a list of all of the rooms throughout the house that need stuff done. So this one I found very easy to break down and make into like actionable small tasks. It doesn't need that much work because I've really been improving myself in the last year or so, trying to maintain areas. So if an area starts to look messy, I tackle that. And the trick that I found is doing small steps. So instead of doing like a whole house clean in one day or even over the period of a week, I break it down like, clean these shelves on this day, clean closet this day. So it really helps to break it down and just make it easier to manage. So I've got some good ideas for this one. And then last but not least, we have manage planning, budgeting, organizing in a system that continually works for me. So I guess this is kind of like an ongoing task because I talk about my bullet journal, and that's been kind of like a lifeline for me. It's where I have my planning, my organizing, my art, everything all in one. But now that I'm also using the power sheets and I'm also using my Erin Condren life planner, I want to really have it in a system that I can take with me if I travel somewhere, that all of this stuff is manageable and that I'm really enjoying it as well. So something that I would probably continue next year. And even the way I handle my bullet journal, so sometimes I'll make an actual weekly spread where you have like the weeks planned out, but then I realized it wasn't giving me enough room to write the things I wanted to write. I want to see how this works, and I think, to be completely honest, and this is where when I was first writing out my action tasks for each of my goals, I feel like I messed up because some of my action tasks weren't as concrete as others. And then I kind of brought myself back and realized that, hey, just because it may not feel as concrete as some of the other goals, that doesn't mean it's wrong. It's still personal, it's still mine, and I can still work towards it. So I can still make progress on it, whether it is completely concrete or whether it's a little bit more abstract. So this is my first time using these, and I wanted to get a feel for it just to see how they worked. And now that I kind of have the hang of it, I feel good about being in a place where the next, I guess, the spring goals, where I can kind of take a step back and see, okay, do I need to change these goals? Do I need to just delete this goal, get rid of it? How can I make it a little bit more concrete, maybe break it down a little bit more? Basically, now that I have these outlined and I've talked about them, I've discussed them with you, I've color-coded them, so I really have to remember what the codes are. So now we're going to go to January. This is the January action plan and the tending list, and I haven't really decided what's top priority because really, I know I shouldn't say this, all of it feels like it's top priority, but at the same time, none of it is. Like, if none of this stuff were to get done, my life isn't going to fall apart. So in saying that, it's stuff that I would like to have done for a better, more organized me, if that makes sense. But I'm just going to leave this for now because I'm not quite sure how I think about that. Like, I don't know. Encouraging words, I just said I feel good, so now's the time to get organized, because if I'm 6 months pregnant, as soon as I hit that third trimester, I know that I'm going to just be useless. I'm probably not going to feel like getting out of bed, to be honest. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out what color. I'm going to have to flip back through the other page a couple of times and just figure out what color each of these goals is supposed to be. And then we'll talk about it. Think that about does it. So I'm just going to talk about each of these items quickly and also just refer back to the goals. Make a list of names for the baby shower. So that's kind of like an action item for getting ready for the baby, because that's something that I need to start thinking about now, so we have it in plan. Pedicure is definitely improving mental health, but it could also be seen as improving physical health as well. Sometimes I have problems with my feet, and it's just nice to relax. It de-stresses you and just helps with mental and physical health. Book a dentist appointment and contacts. Again, that's physical health. That is something that I've been waiting for a long time. A dentist, honestly, who likes a dentist, right? Especially now that I've been pregnant, like I can't get any procedures done anyway, like they don't recommend it. I can't have any x-rays done. So for me, I could go in for a cleaning. I always have, like, my teeth are basically falling apart. Everyone says, oh, your teeth are so nice, they're so nice, but I have my dad's genetics, I think, for my teeth, and they all have cavities, no matter how much flossing I do. So it's just always a cause of anxiety for me. So I've been kind of putting it off. So again, I'm trying to face that fear. So there it is in my goals. This one is, again, a baby item, because my bookshelf that I want to move is in the soon-to-be nursery office. That's kind of a large task, because I've got a lot of hardcover books on this bookshelf that I need to move, and a lot of ornaments, and I'm just going to wash everything off, tidy it all up, take it all off, move the bookshelf so it's movable and light enough to move, and then put everything back on the way I want it. The iPhone 11 Pro, so currently I've been filming on my phone. I don't have a camera to film on, and it's been working really well, but the phone that I'm using is an iPhone 7 and I have limited storage. Been causing me some trouble lately, and I've had it for going on 3.5 years now. So I need a new phone, and I really want to get one that has better video quality. So I have iPhone 11 Pro, but it could be an iPhone 10, I don't know yet. But that's one of my goals working towards my channel, because I want to improve the video quality on this. For you and as well for me, just because I want to improve where I can. The organized microwave shelf and organized pen area, I put them as kind of the cleaning organizing items, because that's what they are. February plan with me, so again, that falls in with planning. That's just something that I always make time for, but I'll have to schedule a date for that. Power Sheets check-in video, so that is this video. So that is working on YouTube channel again. January 1st is a birthday party for my son, so I put that under spending time with my son and my family, just as good quality fun time. And health, my OBGYN appointment. Makes sense? Those are all monthly actions, so that only would happen like once a month, like one in where I can actually place it on a specific day. The weekly items happen once a week, or I want them to happen once a week. So bath, shower alone, by that I mean I want my own private time. I want to be able to lock the door, have a book, have, a hot chocolate or something there with me, and not have to worry about anybody else. And usually when I'm in the shower, I'm always also looking after my son, so just to know that he's safe. So I just want someone to be able to watch him while I have that 20 minutes or 15 minutes or half an hour, whatever, however long it takes, by myself. Also kind of to de-stress and declutter my mind. Creative journaling, I've been talking about this forever. Oh, and sorry, and both of these are mental items. So dealing with mental health, because I find that alone time does help clear my mind and make me feel better. But the creative journaling, I'm aiming to do it once a week, and I don't know how to start it. I think I've been wanting to start it for a long time and it just hasn't been started. So I'm going to try to film this video tomorrow and use a traveler's notebook and use all the things that I was so excited to buy for it and just kind of get started and see. And the plan is to kind of pick a topic that I'm interested in or something that inspired me that week or whatever it is. Pick a topic and write about it, whether it's, because I remember back when I was in high school or even first year of university when you have to take an arts class and they'll give you a topic and they'll say, here, have some paper, here's a topic, write about it. And then you hand it in and the teacher reads everything. I guess it's just a writing exercise to see, how your skills at writing are, but also to kind of hear your thoughts. And it's nice for me to have more of a creative journal where I can add pictures and I can add stickers and just all kinds of fun things to my journal. So I'm very excited for this. I haven't started it yet. So again, it needed to go into my goals. Another cleaning item was clean my makeup counter. So I want to do that weekly because obviously I do makeup videos quite often and everything gets a little dusty and a little dirty, especially when, you're dipping your shadow brushes into your shadow and then tapping them off. You get shadow everywhere. So that was very important to me. I actually did that today, so I could mark off some progress. Meal planning, I do this usually when I'm setting up my bullet journal. So if I do my planner and my bullet journal on Friday when I'm filming, I will probably do the meal planning right after. And another thing that I didn't really incorporate this time, but I might incorporate it into like the next goals that I make for myself, is trying to find new meal ideas because I've been finding we've been rotating through the same meals and it's really getting boring and old and nobody wants to eat the food I cook. And not because I'm not a good cook, I'm an amazing cook. It's just, it would be nice to have something new. So I might steal a few ideas from Cindy, just so you know. And grocery trip, I don't really know why I put that on there because that's something that we have to do and I'm already doing it and it's not really something that I don't know. Maybe I put it on there because it had to be done anyway, so I was glad to have it as one of my tasks, but technically that didn't need to be included. I put that as a family item because it's kind of fun. Like I can play a game with my son to help him with his school stuff and just like, here's an apple, what does that start with? But I do it as family time because we always go together and it's just nice to spend time together. And putting away Christmas stuff and make list of all items in rooms. So Christmas stuff is only once a year. It's not weekly, so I think the reason I put it here and I start it because I ran out of room in the monthly, but technically that would be a monthly item because I'm only doing it that month and that's it. And that's going to be this Saturday. But make a list of all items in rooms. So basically that's just areas of each room to tidy or to clean up. So I have a more concrete next month when I go and try to tackle that cleaning goal again. What other areas of the house can I clean? Because certain areas won't need to be cleaned again so soon. Call Mom, Melissa, and good communication. So that's my mother and my sister, and that's just strengthening our relationships, just keeping up with communication and talking and kind of keeping in the loop. And start baby blankets. So I knit and I crochet and I finished one baby blanket and I'm starting in another one, but it's a little bit more challenging. So I've again been procrastinating that. And as for the stuff I do every day, I want to journal at night just to kind of do a reflection of my day, I guess. And I don't want to focus on the things I've done that day. That will be a bullet journal item, which I've done down here, bullet journal and notes. So as things go along and things happen, I want to make notes in my bullet journal for that. Tea at night, so in order to increase I put under health because technically it's also a de-stressor, so it would fall into mental health as well. But it's more for me of getting my water intake because I find water so boring and I don't like adding things to it. I just like drinking it when I'm really thirsty. I've been adding stuff like milk, which also counts towards your liquid intake, and also sleepy time tea. So that is the tea, and it kind of calms me down at night and makes my, not really anxiety because I don't have a lot of that right now, only about certain things like the dentist. It kind of calms me down and helps me relax at nighttime because I have not been getting very good sleep lately at all. I feel a lot of pressure, and they say, this is probably TMI, I'm sorry for this, but they say in your second pregnancy that you tend to feel more pressure. So I'm already feeling that at 6 months, and it's not pleasant. I feel weighed down all the time, and it's just nice to get that calming tea or whatever it is before bed so that I can maybe try to get a few hours of shut-eye before I start waking up. Affirmations and gratitude, both again focusing on mental health. Affirmations, I'm not as sure about, and I know I've already put it in here, so I'm going to try doing it for the month of January, but it might be something I give up for the next month, and it might not be as important to me. Gratitude, I guess they kind of go hand in hand, because affirmations are something, and like again, I'm not an expert at this, so if I get the definition wrong, please don't yell at me, but it's just something that, like, you're shouting out positive vibes into the universe, like, I'm honest, or I'm a good person and I expect other people to be good as well, or that you think that most people in the world are good, as an example. If you look it up online, you'll probably see a lot of other examples too. But just positive things that you're writing down and releasing out of your head into the universe, and that hopefully that these things will kind of come back to you. It's so hard to explain, but a lot of people write down affirmations just to really increase positivity and focus again on mental health, and just know that there's a lot of positive reinforcement in writing positive things down and repeating it to yourself over in your head, almost like a mantra. And the same with gratitude, because for me, it helps to realize, you soon start to run out of things. Like, I can say, well, I'm grateful for a nice home. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the things that are in your life that are really easy to see and really easy to note. But then you start running out of things, and you have to come up with new things. Like, you think about your day and say, well, I'm grateful that in that moment during that day. And sometimes it's difficult, but if you recognize what you're grateful for every day, it really helps to reinforce positivity as well, and gets you in a really good place mentally. And I really like that. I've been doing it for December, and it's helped me. Like, I feel grateful for the things in my life and the pleasant things in my life. And even for the unpleasant things, sometimes they're there to teach you a lesson. And I think I heard once where someone said, if you didn't go through the negative things, you wouldn't understand or appreciate the good things that come, which is true. So, in saying that, I know I've probably talked your ears off. A lot of these, I'm just trying to think. I know a lot of them I didn't focus too heavily on, but I'm going to try to focus more on in the next month or two, just because I am so busy getting prepared for the baby and cleaning the house. And the other thing I wanted to touch on too is that a lot of these are crossover goals. So, for instance, the pedicure one, I mean, good for mental and physical health. Even the cleaning one, honestly, like anything to do with cleaning, it's mostly for the goal of cleaning and organizing the house so it's clean. But also, when your house is clean and organized and everything is in its place, it also helps to declutter your mind and make you less stressed. So it helps with the mental health aspect, and also the physical too, because you're not running around stepping on Lego hurting your feet all the time. But all jokes aside, a lot of these have double entendres, I guess, like they're kind of cross over into other goals, and I really appreciate that. And I think I mentioned that before, that if your goals tend to do that, or your action items do that, it's almost like you're held more accountable, because now you have a double reason as to why you should complete that task, because it's going to help you twofold or threefold. I did recognize that, and I think Cindy talked about that too in her video, that to kind of pay attention for that, and I did. It's really interesting how they all tie in together, and it helps to solidify your progress, I guess. Like, as long as you'll be more apt to do that if it's more important to you and it does more stuff for you, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, so that concludes this video. I hope I didn't talk your ear off. I know I talked for a long time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're new here, and also hit that bell notification so you will not miss any future videos. And I think that the next time I do a check-in, I'll probably do this month in review, and then I'll also do the February tending list as well, because I think that would be very helpful, just to kind of see where things have changed and where I've grown and what's you know, what needs to be tackled. So I think that will be the next one, but that will be towards the end of January. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. We will talk to you very soon. Bye.